There is so much to get done to prepare for the holiday season, not to mention busy family and work lives, that we might not have enough time to make our own holiday cards and tags. I am sharing some products that solve that problem. Hello, and welcome to Karen's Creative Cards on YouTube. I made these cards in just minutes with 49 in Market Rub Ons and two-sided cardstock. So this is a rub-on. This is a rub-on. This is part of the paper. It's two-sided, so you've got a pattern here. There's another rub-on and there's another rub-on. So within basically seconds, I have a very pretty Christmas card. Here's another one I love. This old-fashioned Santa is a rub-on, and so are these and this, and then that's a piece of chipboard, and again it's two-sided cardstock. So we had this pretty flannel, and I picked that because this sentiment is part of the paper pack, and so it kind of matches. And then I have another Santa and some more greens there. So beautiful, beautiful cards that took just a minute or two to make. Here are some tags that I made in just seconds. Again, another rub-on, several. The paper is beautiful as it is, and then I put to from on another piece of that two-sided paper on the back and added a ribbon. This one here, ho ho ho, and the greens are rub-ons. And then on the back I added a star, and wrapped with care is another rub-on and a to from. So I could make 10 tags in half an hour probably using this. Here's the paper that I used. One of the 12 by 12 sheets in the paper pack that I'll share in a minute had these shapes here, rectangles, all of which would be perfect to put on a card or make a tag with. I also made postcards. I got this old-fashioned postcard stamp from Penny Black, and I just used the rub-ons on the front. Every one of those images are rub-ons, and then stamped the back and added Happy Holidays and some more greens. Literally seconds, and I have a postcard. And of course it's less expensive to mail postcards than it is a full card, so this would save a little money doing this too. So here's another one, We Wish You a Merry Christmas. All of those images were quickly rubbed on. Here is the front, ho ho ho. Now all of the projects that you see here, of course, will be in blog posts on my blog, and links to those blog posts and the products featured will be in the description box. So here's another one, an old-fashioned truck and some more greens, Merry Christmas, postcard. And of course you don't have to make Christmas. I pulled out a 49 in Market rub-on sheet, and I just cut the whole front and put it on and had it rubbed it on and made that side, and then I added a few more there. Most of the projects I'm sharing today are for Christmas, and I used many of the rub-ons from the Evergreen season essentials, and the but I have some older ones here too, Christmas Spectacular. So if you click on the link, you'll go to all of the holiday papers and all of the 49 and Market rub-ons. If you tried rub-ons years ago, the quality of these are way, way, way better. I got rid of all my old ones, but these new ones are just very, very easy to use, as I'm going to show you. Then they have the Evergreen Season 6x8 collection of two-sided cardstock, all different patterns. Both sides are beautiful. And then there's the 12 by 12. So depending on what you're doing, you can have 12 by 12 with all this pretty, pretty paper, and the 6x8. So I'm going to show you how easy it is to create with rub-ons, and I'm going to share a tip to save effort and time. I have cut a tag using a Crealey's die, and I know I just cut one of the rub-ons. You just cut it closely, but you know, quickly out from the sheet, and then you take it off the backing and you press it down where you want it. I have a sentiment, have a Merry Christmas and a joyous New Year. You just take it off the backing. Put it at an angle maybe. Then on the back, I thought I would just put a couple, I'm going to put the to from, and just put a couple greens on the bottom. Now you can take the stick that's provided, or you can use a bone folder, and you can just rub on that until it attaches, and that's not hard to do, but you do have to do each one individually, and that takes a little time, and I have an easier way to do it. I am going to run it through my die cut machine. I have an Anna Griffin Impress electronic. It doesn't fit under camera, so I'm just going to do it on the side. I did put some papers on there because they are rub-ons. They tend to be just a little bit sticky, and I'm going to run it through here. And one run through, it attaches those perfectly every time, and it's that quick and easy. So I'm going to take the, you know, I had a feeling I did that. I put the words right over the other one, and I might have a problem with that, but let's remove this. I put the two rub-ons too close, and here I'm trying to show you how easy it is. It's that easy, it's just that I shouldn't have had the Merry Christmas over this one, so I'll just cover that up with another one. That's not a problem. But can you see how perfectly this got attached? And then these two back here too, and there was no rubbing with a stick at all. I'm going to attach the to and the from back here and a ribbon. Sometimes you can take what's left on here and add that there with a stick. So I will see if I can get that fixed, and then I'll take a picture. But in the meantime, I do recommend that using a die cut machine, just don't layer the two rub-ons too close together. So I'm going to make another card with you and show you another way to use those rub-ons from 49 and Market very, very quickly and easily. This one is a bookbinding Z-fold. I love to do fun folds, and they don't have to take real long to do. So this one is 5.5 by 11, and you score it at 2 1/8, 4 1/4, and 5.5. And then you glue these two down, so that's your book binding, and then you have a Z-fold. So I have a piece of cardstock here that is 5 wide by 5 1/4 tall. And this is the piece that's going to be on the front and the two sides. So I know I want this centered, and that the sides are going to be 1 inch that I'm going to cut off. So I'm going to start with this Happy Holidays. You try not to touch where the print is. And then this was one of my favorite sheets from a package that I got as part of a kit. So I am going to cut roughly around this big red star. But I like these little extra pieces they have on the side. And then this, I think I will cut some of these off to make sure we don't have that same overlap with the words, because we don't want that to happen again. But I do like these. So I think they're going to come off more to the side than the top. So all you need to do is just look at your sheet and decide what images you want. I think the green one, I really like it, but it's too big. I think I'm going to go get some more of this type of image. And I might add some of the green in there. But cut it apart so it fits. And you just play around with them. This might end up being too big unless it just comes off the edge, which is fine. So let's do that. You just cut it out roughly, and you see where it can fit. And then there are these pretty snowflakes, and I might add one or two of those. Not too big. Let's see. I'll start with this one. When you're using these, you can make your own pattern. You don't have to follow what the pattern paper tells you you must do. You can decide where you want things and how many, which is it's just really fun. And you just need to take it off the backing. So now, if I were doing this the old-fashioned way, I would sit with a stick and rub on each one of those pieces. Now, again, it's not hard, but the way I do it is so much easier by putting it through the die cutting machine and letting that put perfect pressure on it. And then you just remove the covers, and it's really perfect every time unless you overlap them. which I tried not to do this time. See how those just come off so easily, and the pattern is left on the paper. And no individually rubbing each one. And that is the beautiful piece that we just created. Now I am going to cut 1 inch off each side. And that's going to be on the card front. And then I have just one more piece that I want to add a couple. This is going to be where I sign the card, but I'm going to say peace and joy, my two favorite holiday words. And then I'm going to add some greens towards the bottom. And one more time through the machine. Peace and joy, and some beautiful greens, and if any is sticking off, you can just trim it quick. So this is the piece that's going to go on the front, and these pieces are going to go on the side, and as you see, the pattern continues from this one to this to this. These are 1/8 inch by 5 1/4. So if you do them separately, that's the measurement, but I wanted to do all of the 49 in Market Rub Ons and then cut these apart. So this is going to have an even border on all sides, which is why I want to use glue for a little maneuverability there. And of course I'm using my favorite Barely Art glue. Try to get an even border there. This is going to go on the front and hang over a little bit, of course. I might have gone a little high with that glue, but I can rub it off. Come down just a little bit. And that's pretty, the way we added some extra color to that patterned paper with the reds and the greens there, and the Happy Holidays. This is the piece that's going to go in here. And as you can see, it's pretty paper on both sides. Sometimes that's hard to decide which one to use, but I wanted a little bit less of a pattern so that I could write on it and add the rub-ons. This piece on the inside is 2 7/8 by 5 1/4, and this is going to fit into a 5 by 7 envelope, so it won't need extra postage unless it ends up getting too thick, but I don't think it will. This piece here was actually from the packaging, and it showed what this piece of paper or these rub-ons were going to look like, and I love the rub-ons, and I wanted a piece to go here. You don't have to, you could just leave that blank, but I thought it was really too pretty to waste, so I'm going to put it on the inside. So we have a bookbinding Z-fold card, and it only took me minutes to make. As you can see, sometimes the hardest part is deciding which rub-ons of all the beautiful rub-ons to use. But I said happy holidays. I added these beautiful stars there. This piece here and this piece here also decorated with the pattern continuing from one to the other. Then you open it up and you see more of that beautiful paper, peace and joy, and some more rub-ons. I love how these all turned out and could make more so quickly if needed. I hope they encourage you to give some of these ideas and products a try.